Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your favorite leather crafter, the Leather Cowboy, right here at Premier Leather Crafting Studios, in the dirty, where I lay my head and where I do all of my crafting work. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming at you guys with a quick video on small projects that can make you a lot of bank. Now, this was something that I stumbled upon by accident, and I didn't know at that time there was a need for this particular project. You know, normally when we're in the leathercraft world, we try to, even you guys, you find something that the people want, and then you cater your craftsmanship or your crafts to what is selling. Quite naturally, belts, holsters, purses, things like that. You guys have seen my other videos with the leather sandals. You know, didn't know it was a big need for that or a big demand for it, but this project is the exact same way. It was something that I just tooled for myself. Let me show you guys my project. And I was just doing something, and a friend of mine asked for a lighter, so I gave him my lighter that had this lighter case on it. Nothing extravagant. It was just something that I was just doing. Had some scrap pieces laying around. And the scrap pieces, this is a 1.5 to 2 ounce weight leather. Just did some simple basket weave tooling and shot the airbrush on there, dark brown around the edges and light brown, medium brown in the center, and stitched it up. Simple. So that was one thing. One time somebody tells you something, okay, yeah, it's a cool project, you know, something cool, something different. But then when there are multiple people saying, hey, make me one, or hey, where can I get this from? Where did you buy that from? Then it becomes, okay, I got something. And that's why I'm doing this video for you guys right now. For those of you who know, let me tell y'all something, ladies and gentlemen. There's two things that are never going to stop. Regardless of what's going on in society, two things are never going to stop. People are not going to stop drinking. People are not going to stop smoking cigarettes, cigars, whatever case may be. But this little project, I was just at the grill and didn't want anybody to swipe my lighter, so I made one just so I'll know where it is. Now, you can do these several ways. You can permanently, well, you don't want to permanently glue the leather case to the lighter. Now, this is made from a big model or a big lighter, which big lighters are expensive. You've seen them in the grocery stores or the gas stations. They're like $5.99 to $8.99 depending on where you're getting them from. But I made this one off of the large bigs. Now you can also make them for the small bigs or whatever size that you want. But now those bigs, just to give you guys some free game, and this is a small project that can make you a lot of money. The big lighter itself is, let's just go on the high end and say $8.99 for the large ones. And then you probably got about $6 or $7 in leather and labor. So you can resell these anywhere from $13 to $15 depending on how much detail you want to put into these. Now, these are something that you can do in your spare time. Don't take a lot of work to it. Leather this thin, though, you want to make sure that your impressions are not so deep that you cut all the way through the leather. You know, you want to just make them nice where you can see the print in there, and I think you guys can see that. And this is done with the small basket weaving tool because it's a small project. And then to stitch these, I use my multi-punch small punches. Now I bought this set off of Amazon, and you guys can see this is the one here. You can find these on Amazon. They were like $10.99 for the set. But for small projects, these are fire. And they also come in multiple punches. So you have everything from this one here that has 6, goes down to 4 holes, and then you can find one for 1 hole. And I also have one here that has 2, which I'm using it. It's somewhere up here on the leather table, but it has 2. So you get a set of 4 of these for $10.99. They're very handy. Very handy, comes in very handy. And these are called White Steel Leathercraft Punch Stitch and Hole Tool Kit. Guys, you guys can see that. Trying to get the glare off of it, but this is what you want to look for on Amazon. Now, but I use that to stitch my holes, and I'm going to give you guys the pattern for these, so you can just take some simple scrap poster board. The measurements for a big lighter case exactly is 3.5 all the way around this way by 3 1/4. That gives you enough to where you can do a tight stitch all the way around it, and it's tall enough for your big lighter to completely go down in there. Now, this spun off so well that a friend of mine who has a band, they're called Free Beer, and again, you want to, and what I did, I put the logo of the band on the lighter case. Now, this is something that you can sell to somebody in bulk quantities or a large number, especially like with the band. What they're going to do is throw these out to their fans or to the customers or whatever, and then that lets them know that they've been to a Free Beer concert. Just 2 beer mugs, and I carved this, ladies and gentlemen. 1.5 2-ounce leather. You still can carve in it. And then I also done a simple geometric stamp. You guys can see the stamping work that's around that. Now, all in, this probably took me longer to carve it. Well, it took me longer to paint it than it did for me to actually do all of the tooling work, because you want to put enough coats on there to where it won't fade away. And then I covered this in Resolene to lock those colors in. And then we just stitched it up. Now, I'm going to trim this back just a little bit more so it doesn't have such a tail end on it, and it'll make it feel a little bit more comfortable in the hand as well as in their pocket or wherever. But you can do simple projects, small projects like these, and this is going to wind up being, now if you buy the big lighters, which you probably can find a knockoff big lighter but it has the same size but it's not necessarily a big, you can find those on Amazon, and you can buy the boxes, and then you can sit back and make these. So you're going to come out, you're going to get more bang for your buck buying the lighters in bulk quantity and then having the nice leather. Now, you can, I honestly believe that you can go all the way up to a 2 ounce to 3 maybe, just in case if you're not confident in how much pressure you're going to be tooling the tooling work on these, or even if you decide to carve, make sure that you're not carving and cutting out or cutting all the way through the leather. But, ladies and gentlemen, small projects that can make you a lot of bank. A nice, simple, very simple project. You can make a lot of these in your spare time out of scrap. 3.5 by 3 1/4. And tool them, stain them. You want to go solid colors, whatever. You can also stamp their name into them if they want to stamp their name or something in there. But you can do that. Now, I'm also, since this project took off so well, I'm also going to follow that up and make some Zippo lighter cases. These will also be nice. It's going to be a 2-piece project, because you're going to put a leather piece on the top and a leather piece on the bottom. That way they can still open it, whatever they need to do. If they need to pull it out to refill, I think this might be a one-hitter quit. No, it does pull out. So if they need to refill, they can refill their lighters and then put them back. And then the case is permanent. Great project. These are even going to be a better project than the big lighters, because most people who own Zippos, that's something that they're not throwing away. And then so that case is going to be permanently on there. So now these, I would say you can permanently contact cement these, because they can just take the insides out and refill the lighter, as opposed to the Bics. They just pull the Bic out, and these are so easy to pull out. All you have to do is just grab the base and slide this. Well, that was kind of tight. Also pay attention to how tight you do the stitches, but you can also pull the Bic out, and then when this runs out of fluid, they'll buy another Bic and put it right back in there. Very simple, small projects that can make you a lot of bank. I'm the Leather Cowboy right here, Premier Leather Crafters. In the dirty. You guys come back, follow me again, man. Appreciate every last one of you for subscribing and following the page. I'm going to get back to work because this particular project also, that same band is going to get a guitar strap to go with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, never be afraid to promote your business. Never be afraid to promote people. And the greatest part about what we do in this leather crafting world, we can always find a customer. I'll see you guys on the other side. Keep crafting. Peace.